All right, let's talk about those tricky past tense spelling rules. We're going to do a super quick review that'll make these patterns finally click. Let's jump right in. Okay, let's start with a little pop quiz right out of the gate. How do you spell the past tense of study?
That's it. Studied. See how that Y just vanished and turned into IED? Okay, file that away for a second.
Okay, how about this one? CRY? Looks kind of similar, right? What do you think?
And there it is, cried. See that? It's the exact same thing. The Y swaps out for IED. Now, that is not a coincidence, folks. There's a rule at play here.
So, you've seen the pattern. Let's break down the why behind it. This is where we unlock the secret.
Okay, so here's the deal. It's all about the letter that comes right before the Y. In study, it's a D. In cry, it's an R. Both of those are consonants, right? So when you have a consonant plus Y, you always change the Y to an I and add ED. Simple as that.
But what happens when it's not a consonant? Look at play. Before the Y, you've got an A, a vowel, or enjoy with the O. In these cases, it's totally different. The Y stays right where it is, and you just tack on ED. So played, enjoyed. See? The whole secret is that one little letter before the Y.
All right, let's get into two more patterns you absolutely need to know. Master these, and you're pretty much covered for most regular verbs.
Okay, next challenge. What's the past tense of stop?
It's stopped with two P's. Now, why on earth do we double that P? Let's take a look.
This is the famous CVC rule. CVC just stands for consonant, vowel, consonant. Take stop. You've got ST, that's a consonant sound, then O, a vowel, and P, a consonant. When you have that simple one-syllable CVC ending, you double the last consonant and then add your ED. That's the whole trick.
And you see this all over the place. Chat becomes chatted, drop becomes dropped, jog becomes jogged. Same exact CVC pattern, same exact rule.
Okay, last big rule, and I promise this one is the easiest of them all. What about a word that already ends in E, like hope?
Yep, you probably guessed it. You don't need to add a whole other ED. The E's already doing half the work. You just add a D, so hope becomes hoped, live becomes lived, dance becomes danced. So easy.
Awesome. So now we know how to spell these things, but just as important is when to use them. Luckily, there are a bunch of clue words or signal words that basically shout, hey, use the past tense here.
So when you see words like yesterday, last night, last week, a week ago, or even a specific year like in 2020, these are all huge signals that the action is done, it's over, and you need that simple past tense form we've been working on.
All right, you've got the rules down. Let's do one last rapid-fire round to make sure it all sticks. Ready? Let's go.
First up, try. What's the rule?
Tried. That's our consonant plus Y rule. The R before the Y makes us change it to IED.
Next one, chat.
Chatted, double T. That's that CVC pattern, consonant, vowel, consonant.
How about dance? Danced. Simple one, right? Already has the E, so we just add a D. Perfect.
Okay, last one. This is a great test. The word is enjoy. Enjoyed. See? The letter before the Y is a vowel, the O, so that Y doesn't go anywhere. We just add ED. Fantastic work.
So what's the big takeaway here? All of these rules, all these spelling changes are for when we're talking about something that is completely done. It started in the past and it ended in the past.
So, now you've got the rules, you've seen the patterns in action. The only thing left is to actually use them. So, I'll leave you with this. What did you do yesterday?